All right, so we are back. Fantasy football season is upon us.
Oh,
We're ready for, I don't know, it's been like season like eight, nine, something at this point. But before the season starts, before we draft our teams, before football with the great American youth is back, we got a mock draft. We
we
got
got
to, we've been doing research. We've been bringing together, opinions and stuff. We have our official draft order. These are Jacob and I's slots
let's
for the
go.
upcoming draft. And yeah, I guess it's pretty self-explanatory. We're going to go through, do a mock draft, talk through our players. How are you? How are you feeling about this season? How are you feeling about your slot in the draft?
Yeah. Honestly, I'm pretty jealous of your pick, man. You got the second pick. I'm right in the middle at five. Don't hate it, don't love it. I'm just excited for football to be back, man. Like I don't even care what pick I have. I just want football back. How about you? I mean, second pick, like it's feels like it could be a no-brainer, but what are your thoughts before we start the draft off?
This is like the easiest pick maybe I've ever had to make in fantasy. The top of the board is pretty self-explanatory. There might have been years where there was, a bit more debate over the number one. And I think there might be debate over the actual number one pick, but for me, there's no debate about who I'm taking with the number two. It's just whoever falls to me, of Jameer or Bijan, and I feel great about that. Like it's a great starting place. And better than number one, honestly. I feel like it takes some of the pressure off. So I'm comfy with whoever falls to me.
And you get to go first on the turn too.
Yeah,
So
no, I like having the back-to-back picks. It gives me a larger gap in between picks, which is kind of annoying, but getting to have back-to-backs, I think it'll help me with some of these rounds. So
all right, 5 days till the draft. Let's do this.
yeah, so with that, we will get into it. We'll start the mock draft. This is going
Oh,
over. It's a 10-team league, half PPR. We've cut down to 10 for this
whoa.
year. Oh my God.
I mean, I guess
Mock
you're
draft.
picking now. You jinxed it.
The mock draft just went. See, I hate it when they've
You
done this. Like
It's never going to do that. That's never going to.
0% chance that Jamar Chase goes number one. Ian, if you pick Jamar, terrible, terrible decision. I'm gonna go. I mean,
This is tough now.
yeah, now
Here's
I
the
do have to
spot.
make a decision, I guess, since I said I didn't have to. I don't know. Ultimately, between these two,
I'd go Puka.
it was like go receiver again. I think I'm gonna go B John. I have more. I don't know. I think he's just more of a special like talent than Jameer Gibbs, and I think we still haven't seen the best of him. So
Oh my
okay, this
God.
is the crazy. Yo,
What is happening? I mean, it's kind of
McCaffrey
forcing me to
going.
take Puka here. I mean, Puka or JSN. I don't really want to reach on JT. I'm a swing. I'm gonna just go for Puka. If he gets suspended for a game, he'll be fine. He'll drop like 30 the next game after it. I'm not too worried about him. As long as he's fine in the head and he went to rehab. So like, I mean, he's good now, right? We got to go running back here though. I can't go receiver.
Uh,
Ooh, I do like A Chain. That offense is very sketchy. And then Henry, Brown, Kenneth. I like these options. I don't know. I just don't trust that Miami offense. I'm gonna go with a guy that's proven himself year after year. Reliable back. Hate to do it back to back years because I drafted Henry last year and he sucked at first, but I don't know. Let's see your pick.
this is like my worst case scenario. First off, I just want to say the way that if the board ends up going like this, crazy work. There's no way McCaffrey is going to be the three over Jameer Gibbs.
No. If
Um,
Gibbs falls to four, I'll quit fantasy football.
yeah, I'm like, that's crazy. Justin Jefferson being top of the second round, I'm like, I don't know. Generally, the rest of this kind of makes sense to me and feels reasonable. I like your pick of Derrick Henry. I'm like, all three of these running backs that went before me are guys who I would have wanted and who I would have felt more comfortable with. Chase Brown is like on the tail end of who
Yeah.
I feel comfortable with here. And I don't know. He doesn't have competition for touches, but at the same time, so much of what's going on there is like dependent on um it's dependent on Burrow. And Burrow hasn't been healthy. So uh I'm gonna skip over Chase Brown, and
15 seconds.
we're gonna
Oh,
take Jeremiah Love with
I
this pick.
like it. Back on the clock.
And then with this one, we're
We still
doubling
get Chase
down.
Brown.
Yeah, well, yeah, Chase Brown being on the board here still is
Kind of shocking.
interesting. This is honestly better value. Somehow I would be more okay taking him in the third round.
Would you?
Um, yeah, you know what? We'll go Chase Brown here too. Just triple up on running back. That's a much better scenario for me than taking him too. But these three running backs, I like that lineup a lot better.
I went pretty quick there,
Yep.
but I really like Nico. I mean, if CJ Stroud's fine, he could easily be the best receiver in football. And getting in the third round, I feel like it's a steal, and I feel like I'll still be able to get a running back that's solid. It honestly does. It has dropped off a bit, though. I will say the running backs, um,
Scalable is the
receivers too.
top
I
running
feel like
back
just a
now.
hair. I don't love Scataba.
I mean, there are other guys on ETN,
I like ETN. I would
Bo,
probably go there.
Judkins, Swift, Price, and Tootin are still here. Maybe a little high for some of those guys. ETN, okay.
Yeah, I just need to get a running back at this point. I'm gonna probably get another running back on my next round just to just stack up and have enough for flex, but we'll see who's still left.
Now, me, I've tripled up at running back at this point. I
It's
got
not anyone
Elon,
really worth it, I feel like.
Love, Chase Brown. I can't really go running back again here, although I love Judkins a lot. Um, I think, I mean, we were talking about him before, McConkey in a Mike McDaniel's offense. There's been all this like hope of improved Justin Herbert, and I feel like I would take the jump for McConkey to be wide receiver one with that. Um, and getting to back that up here, I feel like this is a perfect time to double down on receiver.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I drafted him his rookie year. Um, I'll take Zay Flowers off of
Number
his
one wide receiver.
off of his new extension. I feel like Flowers and McConkey together, it's a solid duo there for my top two receivers.
All right, for this pick, I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty tough. There's three guys I really like here. Four guys I really like. With Colston Loveland, I think he could be really good. David Montgomery, Jalen Waddle, and Judkins. I think I want to get another running back just to secure that position, but I do really like Waddle. I just have two solid receivers already, so I'm gonna go Montgomery, get a solid flex. Loveland, I feel like is a good option too. He's gonna go before I come back, but we'll see. Dang, I would have taken Terry. This isn't great. The running backs are just going a lot faster. So we did a mock draft before, and I feel like there's a lot more in this range, but this is sixth round, and I don't think there's any running back really besides like Price and Hubbard and maybe Pollard. There's not many left.
No one else of value really, unless you're a Jonathan Brooks believer.
Yeah. Receivers, pretty solid still. I don't love the tight ends.
Yeah, tight end is one. I feel like I don't know. This has gone pretty interesting so far.
I'm gonna be bold here, and I'm gonna be crazy. I think there's only one running back I really like that's still left, and I'm gonna just take him. I don't love anybody else still available here. I'm gonna take Price. I think it's risky, but if he pans out as the best running back or as the number one running back, if Chardonnay takes a while to get back, and he's the number one running back on one of the best offenses, arguably, like I'll totally take that.
I like it.
Now I have like four solid running backs, so it's a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just looking at the board, we've really, you know, and it'll be curious to see how our draft actually goes, but there's
There's three teams with four running backs.
yeah, but it seems like just there isn't really a lot of value outside of running back in these top receivers. I mean, Josh Allen went pretty early, but I don't know if he goes that early for us. Oh, here we go.
Whoa.
Okay, we're back. It's like Josh Allen went pretty early. I don't know if he goes that early for us. Um, you know, Lamar, May, Burrow, I do think we'll have a run on quarterbacks at some point. But
Yeah.
honestly, I feel like I wouldn't be surprised at all if a lot of these running backs end up going even earlier for us,
Yeah.
just especially as people start to see the board thinning out. Um, I don't know. It'll be interesting how stuff plays out. With this pick, again, I already have my three running backs. I am all aboard the Luther Burden hype train this offseason. I'm not going to
Ooh.
reveal all of my draft all of my draft targets today, but this one I'm putting out there. I want my team I want Luther Burden to be in my wide receiver core. I want a Mizzou team name this season. There are enough good, meaningful football. There are two meaningful Mizzou fantasy players with Burden and Harrison Mevis now. So if I can get at least one of them, I'm cooking with something. Um, and then here, I don't really, it's like I've already taken three receivers. There isn't, you could go with the Tucker Craft, Harold Fannin, Kyle Pitts. I don't think that's terrible value around here. I don't really want to go receiver again. I like some of these running backs, but I also think I'll get value. They'll probably fall a little bit later. I don't know. I think for this one, we'll go with Carnell Tate.
Like that pick.
I think one of the Titans receivers will end up having a solid season, either him or Wandell Robinson. So
I feel like there's a decent amount of receivers still available here that I like with DK, Marvin, Parker Washington, Christian Watson, arguably all potentially receiver ones. I think the safest here is DK Metcalf. I don't know about safest. I shouldn't say that because with Pittman in that offense and Aaron Rodgers, you never know what's going to happen. But I think he has the highest ceiling if he is healthy and arguably the most potential. So I'm going to reach a bit for him and get a wide receiver three that could be pretty good.
Daniels, yeah, I see a little run on quarterbacks there.
Yeah. Yeah, and here I'm gonna get this guy that I really like. I'm gonna give away probably my biggest secret. I'll probably reach for him on draft day too. So keep an eye out for this. But Herbert, I think with Mike McDaniel at the helm for offense, he's gonna be unreal. So I really want him in fantasy this year.
Yeah, no, I think Herbert's I like that pick. I mean, I think that out of we were talking about, you got to buy into certain offenses. I feel like
Exactly.
for me, like Bears, I'm buying into. I feel like Chargers are another one that's, easy to buy into them. I don't know. I guess outside of that, is there anyone else who you're like,
I like the Cowboys offense too. I think they're gonna be another high scoring offense. I mean, then there's old dependable. Like I think the Bills, they're always going to be good offensively. Like Chiefs, if Mahomes is fine, I think those are offenses you can kind of depend on. Um, maybe Burrow, I don't know. He's too injury prone for me, but I think Mahomes and Allen are, if they're healthy, two of the best. You
here,
can always use their offense.
I'm gonna go with Tony Pollard here. He's another one of these guys here, and I think we're gonna start to hit a run with some of these running backs where, you know, draft value might be a little bit lower. Ramondre is the same thing, but these are running back ones on their teams at the end of the day. Ramondre is the starter for the Patriots. Pollard's the starter for the Titans. There's going to be value associated with that, even if they're not, the stars of your team. The solid flexes or fill-in guys. Um, Here we were talking about him earlier. I feel like it's kind of a no-brainer. Alec Pierce. He's someone who I think, if he comes back, I know he had like ankle surgery or something over the offseason, but if he comes back, and is able to be healthy, and if Daniel Jones is able to be healthy, that's a pick that exceeds its value by a lot. So I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up, I feel like he goes higher probably, honestly.
And I like that Pierce pick. I was actually hoping I'd get him. You kind of took him from me. I think I probably would have at that rate, but ended up taking Kittle instead. So want to get that tight end position secured. I think I need another with him because he's going to be hurt, and I'm just going to go back to back with Ferguson. Again, an offense I like. I think should be solid this year. So going to keep an eye out. Try to get Ferguson in the draft this year.
I was going to say I missed out on him just by a little bit, but Jordan Mason, I think is like a sneaky, really, really good pick. Um, just because Aaron Jones is old and is like not been playing well, he could very easily, be way more valuable than a lot of these mid-round
Yeah,
guys.
he's the starter pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to, yeah, he is, kind of
Should
the
be.
starter and without that much competition. So, I think that's a great pick there. Uh, Here, I mean, at this point, this is, assuming Aaron Donald is also coming back. I think the Rams are easily the best defense. And I think that's something that at this point, like, I've gone enough seasons of not having like a good enough defense and kicker and having to like stream those positions. I'm willing to give that away too. Like, I'm going to prioritize, higher probably than needed, taking a defense and kicker and just not having to worry about it for the rest of the season.
I like that. Here, there's some receivers I like. I only have three right now, so I'm probably gonna take another. I might go with Quentin Johnston. Again, another offense I like that you mentioned, the Chargers. Or you might not have mentioned them, but the Chargers I think should have a good offense with Mike McDaniel leading them. Here, I might copy you, take a defense. I really wanted the Texans. I thought they'd come back to me. I'll take the Broncos though. I think they're going to be really good again, like last year, and should be a solid way to go here. It's worth having a good defense, in my opinion, like you said.
Here, oh my gosh, I keep going out of page. I think that I'm already pretty loaded on receiver. I have four running backs. I don't think I've taken a quarterback yet. Yeah, four running backs, five receivers, no tight end.
It's just gross.
Honestly, I think
Shaden's
that
kind of low.
I was gonna say he was great for stretches last year, especially when
Yeah.
Slow came in as quarterback. Juwan Johnson, I think, is great value at tight end and could very easily be the number two like receiving option for that offense.
Yeah.
For a decent Saints offense was a really good play caller in Kellen Moore. I don't know, some of these other tight ends, Kenyon Sadiq, I'm like, I know he was a first round pick, but I'm not really inclined to believe in him. Uh,
Yeah.
Brenton Strange, though, maybe. And then Goddard too has some potential to be good. Here, I'm like, I don't care about any of these quarterbacks. We'll take Matthew, unless no, we're not going to take Matthew Golden. We're going to take Tyrone Tracy because Scadaboo's going to kamikaze himself at some point this season.
You gave me my pick. Let's
There, so
go.
you can have Matthew Golden.
I wanted him. Here, another guy I really like if he falls, and I already have the starter, so I might as well take him here. Charbonnet behind Price, like good handcuff, I feel like, and we'll really lock down that Seattle backfield.
Yeah, no, that's a great pick. Here, I mean, I feel pretty, I guess I'm deep everywhere except quarterback because I don't have one, but I just don't know if I care about any of these guys. We'll go with Khalil Shakir. He's a guy who I had a lot of faith in. I thought he was going to evolve into more of, Buffalo's actual one receiver. And, obviously I brought in DJ Moore this offseason, but he's a solid guy for targets. And in a PPR, half PPR league, like you just need guys who are going to be able to get the ball. Um, and with my last pick, my quarterback, I mean, it's kind of hard to go against Jared Goff. I kind of struggle to see Goff being on the board at this point, but yeah, easy pick for me there.
I'll take your guy,
Kicker, kicker.
Thicker kicker.
Yeah. All
There
right.
we go.
And that's it.
How do
That's
you feel about your team?
yeah. So I guess we'll go through the teams. I don't know. The draft. I'm trying to hide some of my trade secrets from our,
As you should.
glaring audience. But no, I feel good about my team. I think generally running back has to be the priority this year. Um, even as we were going through this draft and the one that we did before, there's some pretty solid value at receiver later down the board and solid value, but also guys who aren't necessarily guaranteed ones. They're not guys who are going to be getting double digit points every week. So, running back is definitely going to take a precedent. And honestly, I kind of expect, I like it's crazy that Jamar went one in this draft, like 0%
Insane.
chance that's happening.
Those first four picks are crazy.
Yeah, like that was a wild, that was a wild sequence. But I don't, I think running back is really going to be prioritized. Like I could see,
It always is in our league.
yeah, but it's like not every first round pick is going to be a running back. But I don't know. I could, like right here at 6 of the 10, it's going to be at least that. I could honestly kind of see it being more, and I wouldn't be surprised if one of these receivers, AJ Brown, CeeDee Lamb, or Jefferson gets bumped to the third round. Just kind of in a rush to get all of those guys off of the board. Uh, but I don't know. Other than that, I like my team. You know, receivers pretty solid. I stole one of your guys in Alec Pierce too, so that feels good. And yeah, I don't know. I think that moving back to a 10-team league also makes things a little bit easier for us. We're not dealing with players who we absolutely don't know anymore. So this, I think it'll be interesting to see how things go. How do you feel about your team and, just the board overall?
Honestly, like, don't love it. Again, I don't want to reveal everything, like try to take guys, but I feel like I kind of waited a bit too late on running back, and it kind of reflects. Like, I feel like my running backs are very sketchy in this league, like Henry, ETN, Montgomery. Not sketchy, but just they're not as dependable as some of the other guys. So looking back, I think I would probably take JT with the first pick, with my first pick, go from there. I mean, I know he got taken ninth overall, but if I took JT there, probably still could have gotten, again, I probably would have gone Kenneth Walker there instead of maybe Derrick Henry, because I know I have another good running back to rely on. So who knows? I think it could have looked a lot differently knowing it was going to be this running back heavy. And I think you made a good point. Like it's a good year to lean into running backs early. Like it's kind of needed with the receiver depth this year.
So that was the mock draft. Watch out, everyone. Take notes. Draft is in a couple days. We will come back to you guys
Do a
next
recap pod.
after the draft is done. We're going to start talking our smack then.